What's up, everybody, and welcome back to A Beer a Day with TK. It's a warm one here in Findlay, Ohio, and I'm hanging out in the beer shed getting ready to check out a new beer. Now, the beer I have today is called Franzke in LA, BEDLAM at the Bank, and this is from Conshohocken Brewing Company out of Conshohocken, Pennsylvania. Now, I've had a couple beers from them over the years. I think they did a cool Nightmare on Elm Street one. I think Pete sent me maybe a year or two ago. But obviously, it's a Philadelphia area brewery, so they do Philadelphia-inspired beers, and this is a Phillies-inspired beer. For those of you who may not be familiar, on the side here we have the little blurb that explains. Franzke in LA, BEDLAM at the Bank Golden Ale is a collaboration between beloved sports broadcasters Scott Franzke and Larry Anderson, and Conshohocken Brewing Company benefiting Philly Youth Sports Collaborative. So, first thing, it obviously supports this Philly Youth Sports Collaborative, and they have a logo on here. If I can find the link, I'll throw it down below, and also down in the description. If we can donate some money to give kids an opportunity in Philadelphia to play sports instead of shooting each other, probably sounds like a good idea. I grew up in Philadelphia, and I'll be honest, there wasn't a hell of a lot of opportunities for young people back then. So if we can make it better, let's do it. Now, this can is pretty special to me. You have all these retired numbers on here. And then Franzke in LA were two Philly announcers. So LA's Larry Anderson, former Phillies pitcher. I think he was on the 83 and 93 Phillies teams. Beloved Philly area icon. And the BEDLAM at the Bank is basically the call they made. I think it was Game 5 of 2022 NLCS or Divisions. It was Championship Series, NLCS, because we played the Padres. And Bryce Harper hit a home run in the bottom of the ninth to basically move us on. I mean, we still had to get through, bottom of the eighth, sorry. Hit the home run to move us on to play the Astros, and we lost that World Series, as you may remember. We also have all these retired numbers on here. So we have 34, that's Doc Holliday. 36 is Robin Roberts? It's 36, yeah. 15, Dick Allen. 1, the great Richie Ashburn. 32, lefty Steve Carlton. 14 is Jim Bunning. 42 is Major League Baseball Jackie Robinson. And then 20, the greatest third baseman to ever do it, Michael Jack Schmidt. So super cool beer, and this will earn a place up on my sports beer can collection up here. And this is a golden ale, 4.5% ABV. See if we find anything on IBUs. No, I mean, it's probably negligible anyway. It's a golden ale. But it does pretty good. 3.69 on Untappd. Beer Advocate, 3.54. So pretty decent ratings. Now, it's a golden ale. I don't expect it's supposed to be anything spectacular. So it's probably supposed to be a stadium beer. You know what I mean? Something you drink on a warm day while out at the ballpark. Now, first things first, look here at the Brew HQ chart. Color-wise, this is a nice golden color. I don't know, maybe like a 3, 2 or 3. It's kind of light. You can see straight through it. Tons of carbonation. I just got bubbles going nuts in there. I don't know if you can pick them up, but that's a ton of carbonation in that beer. That's almost champagne-like with all them bubbles. Head, probably got a thumb's worth. Slightly off-white. Looks pretty decent. Again, not going anywhere. Doesn't seem to be dissipating, which is nice for a golden ale. It's hanging about, doing its thing. Ooh, look at that. There actually looks like there may be a few. No, they're just a couple bubbles. I thought it was maybe a piece of sediment, but it's not. It's just a couple of bubbles got on top of each other. Now they're separating. That's neat. Yeah, let's give it a smell. Gave it the Yeti there and sniffed it in. Light cracker malt, maybe slightly citrusy, slightly sweet. Smells alright. Dare I say it smells like beer. I mean, it's a golden ale, so it's kind of a generic beer style to me. Not that it's generic, but it's a common beer style and kind of smells like what you think beer smells like. It smells good. Let's give it a shot. Cheers. Body's a little lighter than I would probably like it to be. I get that this is supposed to be, probably a sessionable 4.5 crusher at the ballpark. Body's a little bit light, but I guess if you think about it in that context, it's probably what it should be. But I would say, generally speaking, for a golden lager or golden ale, probably slightly lighter than I would enjoy. But it doesn't distract. It's all right. Flavors. The flavors are kind of nondescript as well. I mean, you definitely pick up some kind of crackery malt. You maybe get a little bit of sweetness. You get a decent bit of hoppiness at the end. Now, the one funny thing is I couldn't find IBUs on this anywhere online or on the can, but you definitely do get a hoppy finish. I think like you don't really get it until the end. Once you drink it, I'm kind of getting it like a bitterness lingering on my tongue in the back of my throat, sort of. And it does kind of counterbalance the light crackery malt, slightly sweetness, slightly sweet, I think, driving force behind the beer. And then at the end, you get a little bit of the pepperiness. Now, is this the best golden ale I've ever had? Yeah, not really. It's okay. Do I think a lot of these points, the 3.69 and the 3.54, is because of all this cool stuff on the can? Probably. Now, that being said, it's not a bad beer. It's a good beer. It just isn't spectacular. Now, again, if you're just looking for a crusher at the ballpark, you're not looking for spectacular. If your options are this or a Yingling Lager or a Bud or a Coors, I would probably take this. I mean, it's a much better beer. That being said, if you do like golden ales and maybe you're used to some of the European styles, this is, pardon me, a little bit different. It's a bit carbonated. You see I'm burping now. Very rarely do I burp in beer videos. But I saw that crazy carbonation going nuts in there. And now I feel it coming back up like I'm burping already. Decent beer. Decent beer. Awesome that it's paying tribute to two Philly legends. Even better that they're trying to give back to the community and support Philly youth sports. So, with that being said, I would say this beer is a thumbs up. Bedlam at the bank, if not spectacular, is decent. It's a solid beer, and you couldn't go wrong with this. It's all right. So thumbs up for me. Hopefully you like the beer, like the review. If you do, give me a thumbs up, hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit subscribe. And as always, you got any comments or questions, jump in down below. Have you tried Franzke in LA, Bedlam at the Bank, Golden Ale? If so, let me know what you think about it. Even if you haven't had the beer, do you remember that game when Bryce came up and hit that big home run to sink the Padres? That whole season is like a fever dream for me because I didn't think we were going to beat anybody. And we kept moving on and moving on and moving on. And that kind of embodies that Philly spirit, dude. We'll go against anybody. We'll throw hands with the biggest boy on the block. We don't always win, but we try. It's that spirit of Rocky. And I think that's what I like about this beer. All right. Hey, till next time. Cheers.